You said that we allow you to record. You don't allow me to do anything, sir. I have the right to record.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, you better fire him while you're ahead. I mean, this guy is out of his mind. And if that attorney gave him that advice, you also need to fire him and ask for a refund. If you just do your damn job, we wouldn't even be here. Do you get that?
I can tell you right now, you don't have my consent to record me outside of this room and outside of a city council
I don't need your consent. How's that? You want to arrest me? Do it.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Hello. Well, that was nice. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, looky here. What's happening, everybody? I am live. Hey, we're making public comment tonight. How are you?
I wanted to go over some stuff before everything starts.
Okay.
So, did you want to go first? Then I'll go after you.
Well, yeah, because I think I've figured out exactly what they're doing, because Bill Hsyashi, not even citing the right statute. Do you know he's trying to hem you up for requesting a booking photo?
I never requested it.
I know. That's how stupid he is.
After a ridiculously long wait, I finally got a response from City Attorney William Hsyashi, and he does quote CRS 24-72-305.5 subsection 2B, which, as Regan said, is talking about a person requesting a booking photograph, which has nothing to do whatsoever with what we're trying to accomplish. This city attorney is just citing random CRSs in order to make himself sound intelligent to us, I guess, because he just thinks that we're stupid and that we're not going to follow up and do our due diligence on the laws that he's citing. This city attorney is giving the city of Sheridan really bad advice, and unfortunately, the city of Sheridan is taking his advice and just running with it. This city attorney, along with this city manager, is going to get the city of Sheridan put in a blender.
Please come to the podium and state your name and address for the record.
Hi, my name is Regan, and I'm not going to give you my address because it doesn't matter. Gee, that's going to be a hard act to follow, and I only get 3 minutes. But I'm not from Sheridan. I don't live in Sheridan, but I pass through Sheridan on a daily basis. I have a lot of business in Sheridan because I do direct street outreach with the homeless, and a lot of them are in Sheridan. And what brings me to Sheridan most of the time is the way the police department mistreats them. So I've had some interactions with the police department, and because the arrogance and the lack of accountability continues to fester in that police department, it just keeps bringing me back. And what I want to talk about tonight is a records request, and I would implore all of you on City Council, since you are elected to represent the people, and you are not in positions of protecting the government, that you please have a discussion with your city manager about your policies on records requests. You've got the police department playing hardball simply because of arrogance over a Criminal Justice Records Act that this gentleman had made many months ago. It's not a complicated request. It's very simple. And you've got a law firm with someone by the name of Bill Hsyashi, who responded to the request for the first time in almost 5 months. That's against the law. And in his request, he cited that he essentially was offering up the town and the police department the opportunity to criminalize this individual for making that records requests, that one request. But the problem with Bill is that Bill's an attorney and he's supposed to know the law, and what he cited had nothing to do with the records request. He was essentially telling this individual that he was going to cite him through the police department for providing false information. Okay, you got a big problem. And you're going to end up in district court. Don't underestimate the citizenry. We're not stupid. We want to know what's going on in government. We follow Sheridan. We follow your red light camera. We're out there recording, exercising our rights. You guys are generating $42,000 a month in red light photo radar tickets. Would you please start praying for people so they know not to pay those damn tickets? Because what you guys are doing is pure theft. And that's not what Jesus would do. He just would not. So I'm just here to say, please implore your city manager to get with his chief of police and tell them to do their job, because if they don't, Chief Martinez, we're gonna keep coming back.
My name is Free American. For several months, I have been peacefully protesting your speed radar van that's on Federal and also on Quincy. The first time that I was peacefully protesting on the sidewalk, the police were called and I was approached by Sergeant White, who informed me that I was in violation of CRS 18-8-102, obstruction of governmental operations. I explained to him that the claim and exercise of a constitutional right cannot be converted into a crime. I can stand anywhere on a public sidewalk and peacefully protest. The second and third time that I peacefully protested, I was met with Sergeant Lane, who also told me I was in violation of the law. I explained to him the same thing and they all let me go. The last incident that I had, or recording that I had, was on August 17th, and the technician, Deborah Swenson, got out of her van and started taking video footage of me. I immediately went to the city of Sheridan and I did a CCJRA for that footage off of her phone, and my public records request was ignored. A month later, on September 18th, I emailed City Attorney Bill Hsyashi and my email was ignored. On September 20th, I came back here. I had a visit with Commander Moscow, who is extremely unprofessional, rude, and condescending, and doxed me on my live stream, kept saying my first and last name, which is concerning because I never gave you guys my first and last name. He told me that Hsyashi would be responding. I got ignored. A month later, on October 21st, I sent my second email to Hsyashi. I got completely ignored. On November 7th, I came in for my second visit, got Hshyashi's phone number, left him a voicemail. Finally, the next day on November 8th, Hsyashi responds, claiming that my records request is denied because my signature is not legible. Who is he to determine that my signature is not legible? He also said that I didn't provide ID. I've done several records requests with the city of Sheridan and all across the state of Colorado and never provided ID. I do not need to provide ID. CRS 24-72-201, 203, and 204 all clearly state all public records shall be opened for inspection by any person. You do not need to provide ID in the state of Colorado to obtain public records. So basically, Hsyashi, I think that, Hsyashi already knows my first and last name. On every email, he addresses me by my first and last name. You guys know who I am. I'm sure that a district court judge would be appalled that you guys are requiring ID, especially given the fact that you guys already know who I am. Secondly, I think a district court judge would think that 3 months is not a reasonable amount of time to obtain a picture off somebody's phone. But not even the picture. It's been almost 3 months and I still haven't I just got a response. It's been 3 months. So I shouldn't have to come down here and beg to get a public record in which I'm entitled to. So in conclusion, please follow the law and give me the public records that I'm requesting. Thank you.
Yeah.
This thing with this records request is really getting stupid. Whoever this attorney is that they hire, this guy is trying to say that they're going to take action against Christopher in an email for essentially falsifying a document. And the statute that he cited has to do with requesting a booking photo. I don't know what this guy is thinking. I don't know how much this damn place pays him, but they need a refund. So they've already set precedent in their inconsistencies in policy. They'll allow people to get records requests without ID. They've not defined a process that they technically have room to adopt per the law to release information. The police department, it's the police department.
Let's go back in there.
What are we doing?
They want us to go back in. You said.
Oh, we're going back in here for something.
Some copies here. Give you a copy of that. I'll give you two. Did you want one? You want a copy of this? A hard copy? Here, I got more.
Oh, what do we got going on here?
You need a couple more? How many more?
Oh, they know the balls are gonna come crashing down. He just signed an administrative order to prevent us from recording.
It's effective immediately in accordance with the authority granted to the city manager pursuant to section 7.3 of the Sheridan Home Rule Charter. This order sets forth reasonable rules and regulations applicable to the use of the entryway, inside lobby, and reception areas, council chambers, conference rooms, or other locations inside City Hall in which a public meeting is not being conducted, or other areas of Sheridan City Hall designated as city employee work areas, which are non-public forum. These rules are necessary to ensure the efficient and orderly operation of city council chambers and other administrative offices located inside Sheridan City Hall, safeguards employee safety, maintain emergency access and evacuation routes, and to preserve methods of ingress and egress for the general public to attend city council meetings, municipal court proceedings, or other City of Sheridan public meetings occurring inside the city council chambers, and to otherwise safely access the public restroom facilities inside Sheridan City Hall and the reception lobby area of Sheridan City Hall. As such, the following activities are not permitted inside the aforementioned areas within Sheridan City Hall. 1, handing out leaflets, flyers, or other written publications. 2, hand-to-hand distribution and circulation of petitions to collect signatures. 3, petitioning on behalf of candidates for elected office. 4, public demonstrations, which shall mean a rally, a gathering of picketers or protesters, a speech, a march, or any other similar gathering for the purpose of communication or expression of ideas, views, or grievances. Number 5, soliciting funds, donations, or services. Number 6, picketing. Number 7, placing, erecting tables, exhibits, chairs, kiosks, and other structures for displaying or storing literature, fundraising activities, petitioning, selling, or offering merchandise, solicitation, or conducting any of the aforementioned activities. And 8, the use of any audio or video recording device without the consent of all persons whose voice or image is being recorded. Consistent with First Amendment protections, the aforementioned activities may be conducted on public sidewalks adjacent to Sheridan City Hall grounds or outside of Sheridan City Hall, provided that the activity must remain 25 feet from all public entrances to Sheridan City Hall, and those engaged in the activity are not blocking, interfering, or impeding on the rights of others to freely enter and exit Sheridan City Hall and otherwise conduct business within Sheridan City Hall, regardless of distance from the entrances. Further, those engaged in the aforementioned activities outside Sheridan City Hall shall not occupy or block fire or emergency lanes and access, shall not occupy parking spaces, and must stay clear of traffic lanes and vehicular entrances. Any person who fails to comply with this administrative order shall be served with a copy of this administrative order and may be ordered to vacate Sheridan City Hall premises. Refusal to vacate Sheridan City Hall premises after being ordered to do so, pursuant to this administrative order, may constitute a disruption of city business and will be deemed to no longer be present within Sheridan City Hall on legitimate public business, and shall constitute a trespass under the Colorado Revised Statutes and the City of Sheridan Municipal Code, issued this 9th day of November 2022. So, to councils, what I would say is that I think this document speaks for itself. We do allow people to attend our public meetings in the conference tables here, and they can record and interact with us in accordance with the rules that we have for our meetings. But then outside of the city council chambers, and when a meeting is not taking place, then people may not record any person in the building, whether it be employee or otherwise, and unless they have their consent. And so this was the result of research by our city attorney's office, and we wanted to bring this to City Council's attention, that this has been in effect as of the 9th of November, and is at this moment in effect as well. So you folks are welcome to film in here during our meetings. Happy to have you for that, and appreciate you attending and bearing with us with the rules that we have for our meetings, during public meetings like that. But after that, I can tell you right now, you don't have my consent to record me outside of this room and outside of a city
I
council
don't need your
meeting.
consent. How's that? You want to arrest me? Do it.
We'll have another opportunity for public comment at the end.
I'll be back for more
We'll
public
definitely be
comment.
addressing that. That's unconstitutional.
They just
Did you swear an oath to the Constitution, Mr. Granberry? Jeez.
Anyone have questions for city manager? Administrative order.
Wow.
Oh boy, this is gonna get interesting.
What you guys just witnessed is a clear violation and attack on the First Amendment. Although city employee work areas are a non-public forum, which is the area behind the glass, the entryway, inside lobby, and reception areas absolutely are public forums. All 8 of these prohibited activities are unconstitutional, and I'm especially concerned with the last one, number 8, which prohibits the use of any audio or video recording device. Now, even though just simply recording is official business, Regan and I have never entered this building without other reasonable and legitimate business. Recording public officials in the course of their duties has been clearly backed up by case law. In the 2007 case of Glick v. Knife, the court upheld the fundamental and virtually self-evident nature of the First Amendment's protections of the right to film government officials or matters of public interest in public space. Even though qualified immunity was banned 2 years ago in the state of Colorado, I wanted to point out the fact that in the case of Glick v. Knife, the officers were denied qualified immunity by the judge. Cranberry and Hsyashi are so ignorant of the law, they're literally walking themselves directly into a lawsuit.
That city manager just created this administrative order because we've been in here recording them on official business, and he thinks we need his consent to record them in a public building?
Okay, guys, so you can see they're retaliating against us. They don't want us in here. They don't want to be transparent. They just made a bogus, unconstitutional rule. He said it was a rule that we can't record in this area without people's consent. And he said he was allowing us to record. They allow us to record. They don't allow us shit. Okay, they're not allowing me to do a damn thing.
Holy shit, you guys. Wow. He made this effective. The city manager got this advice from the same city attorney that they're paying. Oh my God. This is funny. This old dude just created this administrative order because they can't do their job. So the cameras end up in City Hall, and he thinks that we don't have a right to record them. Where we've always recorded them, right here. Who do these people think they are?
What would be the crime? There has to be a
There
crime
is
to
no
arrest.
crime.
Yeah.
They're gonna try to cite us with trespassing.
Will be deemed to no longer be present within Sheridan City Hall on legitimate public business and shall constitute a trespass.
Is what they're gonna try to do.
If you trespass, you have to commit a crime in public property, so that's ridiculous.
He's trying to tell him how to go the roundabout way to drum up charges on people.
But
So
if Hsyashi is an attorney,
Yeah,
he should know
this guy's
better.
an
than
idiot.
Is he that incompetent?
he clearly isn't. You know what? It's not uncommon for these attorneys that work for the cities. They know nothing about civil rights.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. So they give them the shittiest advice and they run with it. Look what's going to happen. There are going to be a shit ton of people that now converge on Sheridan because of what they just did. Why would you do that? These do not have my consent.
That is not my consent. Those are cameras up
All
there.
these cameras, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't have my consent. No, stop recording me.
Stop recording me. You're in violation of the rule.
Should we go listen?
Yeah, I say we go back in there.
Mr. Granberry, we've never even seen you. Where did you come from with this administrative, are you an administrative court judge? You think you're dealing with a bunch of stupid people, don't you? Guess what? I see that you guys are going into executive session to do his evaluation. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, you better fire him while you're ahead. Because actually, you're gonna need all of that revenue from the red light camera to settle these civil rights lawsuits that you're gonna get. I mean, this guy is out of his mind. And if that attorney gave him that advice, you also need to fire him and ask for a refund. And so when you go in for your evaluation tonight, I hope you get fired. Because we're coming back. You know that, right? And if you just do your damn job, we wouldn't even be here. Do you get that? We have the right to record our government on duty, whether you like it or not. So we're coming back. You get that, right? And we don't need anybody's permission. So you better get with your buddy right there, because you're going to have to arrest a whole bunch of people that don't leave. You get that? Better yet, just make sure your staff's doing their damn job, and we won't even be here. You know why we're here, right? Because your staff's not doing their job. You hear that? They're not doing their job. And I'm so glad that all of you realize that you are elected to represent the people and not the government. Administrative order? Whatever. That's how you lose respect. Don't you not get that? That's how you lose respect and bring more people that know you're up to no good. You want to hide. Why do you want to hide? What are you hiding from? Aren't you transparent? Answer the damn records request, Martinez, and we wouldn't even be here. Don't you get that? Talk to me. Come on, Granberry, talk to me.
Administrative order speaks for itself.
Tell us why you think you can do it. Tell us what authority you have to enforce it. Tell us how much money
Administrative order speaks for itself.
how much money does this city have to settle civil rights lawsuits? Not much, huh? You ready for that? Because that's what's going to happen. You guys ready for that? Granberry, you need to be fired tonight. I'm telling you, fire him while you are ahead and while the city still has money. Because this dude is going to bankrupt this little town. I'm telling you. Y'all love your festivals and all that fun stuff. You better fire this dude.
Thank you for your feedback. Is there anyone else who'd like to speak?
Mr. Granberry, did you swear an oath to the Constitution?
I'll just remind everyone, you don't have to respond to people who are
Don't
providing
respond.
public comment.
Well, you did, right? Mr. Martinez, if I were to come back here, because I'm going to, and I'm recording this public area right here, are you going to arrest me for that? No comment? Yeah, because in order to arrest me, I have to have broken the law. So this administrative order is not a law. It's a rule. Anyone can put any rule. No red shirts, right? I don't have to abide by that. And Mr. City Manager, you said that we allow you to record. You don't allow me to do anything, sir. I have the right to record, okay? So you need to understand that. You work for me, sir.
Amen.
Okay? You don't allow me nothing, okay? I have natural rights. The Constitution protects my natural rights. First Amendment, freedom of the press, pesky little thing. The thing that you swore an oath to protect, right? So, Mr. Martinez, Mr. City Manager, it doesn't give you guys very much credibility when you swear an oath to uphold the United States Constitution, and then you're over here with this administrative order trying to violate our rights as free American citizens, right? Government is the epitome of do as I say, not as I do, right? So I'm just wondering, what would be the crime? Because I know Mr. Martinez, he doesn't want to talk to me, but we're going to come back. I'm gonna probably bring as many people, because a lot of people are going to want to get in on this. We're going to come back in a group, and we're going to come in here and record. And this administrative order is not a law. So we will be back. If you decide, if Mr. Martinez or whoever arrests us, I already have an attorney on retainer. We will have that dismissed very easily. I don't even need to hire an attorney. I could probably do this by myself, pro se. And then we will sue the city of Sheridan. And whoever puts the handcuffs on me, I will sue him too, personally. There's no qualified immunity in Colorado. And it wouldn't matter anyways, because once you violate somebody's rights, you don't get qualified immunity. So, like my sister said, I hope you think real long and hard. And you do. This Hsyashi guy, what kind of credibility does he have to draft up this administrative order? He's obviously not a constitutional attorney. He needs to be fired. He doesn't, I don't think he knows what he's doing. I know he doesn't know what he's doing. I do this for a living. I know my rights. If you guys would just follow the law and give me the records that I'm requesting, we wouldn't even be here. You guys are perpetuating this. It's a disgrace.
Wow, they just opened up a giant can of, unnecessarily opened up a giant can of worms. All they had to do was listen to us, comply with the records request, and we would have never been back.
Yeah. They obviously have disdain Mr. City Manager and the Chief of Police over there. They can't stand us, right? He wouldn't answer my questions.
Is there a specific number to the request that you want?
A specific number?
Yeah. Actual data. Data of what you need.
Mr. Whitaker, I never was given a records number. They never gave me that.
Did you contact the city attorney?
Yes, several times. I don't know if you heard my speech, but I got ignored for several months in regards to that. And finally, when we came down here on November 7th, he reached out to me the next day. But like I said, he's saying that the reason why the request is denied is because, number one, my signature is not legible. That's ridiculous. I understand you have to sign for pecuniary gain, but who is he to say that my signature is not legible? I mean, my signature could be any old scribble. And then they said I have to show ID. So, like I said, CRS 24-72-201 states that all public records shall be open for inspection by any person. So, like, there's certain states, like Virginia, where you have to be a resident of that state to obtain public records. So you have to show ID, but Colorado's not that way. So I've done records requests all across the state for the last year and a half.
Why not just say like your name and provide an ID to get what you want?
What City Council member Jay Whitaker is asking me is why I don't relinquish my Fourth Amendment right to obtain public records I'm entitled to.
Oh, well, the reason why I don't.
No, you wouldn't have to provide an ID. You know what's missing, though, Mr. Whitaker, are the city's policies. As council members, have you asked the city manager what the town's policies are in regards to records? There are nuances in the law that allows the city to set processes. But you guys have already
For the retrieval of records?
Yes. Yes. But you guys have already set precedent because I can get records here. I've never had to show ID. Nobody knows who I am. Why is that? It's because you guys don't have good policy.
Yeah. If the policy was that you'd had to show an ID or something to get the records, would you abide to that if that was
No,
your policy?
I wouldn't, and here's why. Because it is public information, and I could challenge that in district court because the intent of the law is not for the city to withhold records because they've defined a process that the courts would frown upon. It's the spirit of the law.
We're going to be starting our executive session, so I'll have to ask you to leave.
She's asking us to leave. She said.
We have an executive session.
In this room?
Yes.
Hope you fire it. While you're ahead. You're good. We'll get you. There's gonna be about 50 more of us coming back.
Thanks, man.
Because of the invitation, Cranberry.
Yeah, that's his new
You
name.
are a
Cranberry.
rock star, and we are all very grateful for you tonight. And you've been cordial and respectful and have been nothing but helpful. They're afraid.
Yeah.
This is their first step to showing how afraid they are.
So we're recording. We're in the city government building. The meeting is over, and we're still recording. Fire him. Reagan, do me a favor. Go in there and let them know we're recording. and there's no meeting going on. This is a violation of the law.
I can't go in there. I can't go in there.
Can you send somebody an email, a text? Hey, all those people are still out here recording.
I can do that.
There's no meeting.
Not a problem.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I'll text them.
Reagan, thank you very, very much.
You could tell though, Granberry, when they were going over this stuff here, there was a lot of questions going on, and he had twice during the whole discussion had to have them repeat what they were saying, and said twice he was like, "Sorry, my head is in other spaces right now."
He said that on the record. Granberry said my head is in other
Two
spaces.
times, and they actually did.
Well, there's no threatening of arrest here on this, though. I love their wording. So it may constitute a disruption of city
They
business.
emphasized that too when they were reading it. Yeah.
Yeah. What is a disruption of city business when they can't do their job?
Yeah, that's
That's a disruption of my time. They are really pissed off at you because you are hitting hard on photo radar. They're pissed. They're pissed.
We're taking money out of their pockets and putting it back into the citizenry.
And all they're doing is bringing more attention to it now.
Is the executive session over?
Yes, it is.
So we can go in the room?
I suppose you can, there's nothing in there.
Okay.
Okay, guys, so we're gonna go in there.
Check out the room. So the
Let's go
city
see,
clerk
guys.
said we can go in there.
Oh,
And it's locked.
Okay, yes,
So
they
how
snuck
do
out
we
the
know
back.
they're not in meeting anymore? Where do they exit? I want to know that this executive session is over.
Whoever said that in the chat was right. They sneak out the back door
Yeah,
because they don't want to. They don't want to face us.
they're clearly bluffing, or they would have came out and faced us.
Right. That's what I'm
So,
saying. Yep.
Yeah.
They would have came out and faced us.
That's interesting. Hey,
Hey, how are you?
good. How do we know they're done with that meeting? That door is locked.
I believe it was locked after it started, so it's locked. It's closed.
So they're still in there meeting?
I don't believe so. No, ma'am.
So they sneak out some back
Is there
door?
another exit from that room?
Not from that room, no.
So they have to come out through here because we haven't seen them yet. So they're still in there then.
That's interesting.
They're shutting off the lights. That's true.
No, they're still.
Oh yeah, lights are coming off, guys.
So there's no other way out of that room?
Yep, that's according to Reagan.
Very weird. Very, very weird. There's an exit on the other
Don't worry, I
side.
see you
We
all the
filmed
time,
it.
dude, and like everyone else's.
Yeah, there has to be another exit out there.
According to these guys, there's no other way out of here. I'm gonna listen, guys. See if I can hear anything going on in there. I think they're gone. Doesn't sound like anyone's in there. I mean, are they just gonna let us like stay the night here or what? Are they just gonna let us stay the night here?
I think they're trying to figure out how to arrest us.
You think so?
What was it with your signature?
He said that my signature was not legible.
Not legible.
I'm having a hard time reading this one.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think that's
I can't even
legible.
read that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is signature.
This is a clear attack on you. I mean,
I think they're being escorted out that back door downstairs. I think they went downstairs.
yeah, I don't think they're in there.
So did they sneak out while we were over talking? We didn't see them?
100% I believe
No,
this.
The security guard did. He just walked out, went to the left, went down in that hall. Remember that night when we were
Oh, down
watching
there.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where they came out.
Yeah, I do.
Seriously, there's another exit from that room?
I think they went downstairs. I think
They're
there's a
probably
way
not
to
even
go
here.
downstairs.
That's what I was thinking.
So is somebody going to come and tell us that we have to leave, or are they just going to let us sit here all night, or what?
Oh, no, they're probably drumming up trespassing on us right now.
They're probably watching us from the cameras.
Yeah,
Okay, so I think we're going
they're
to
watching.
get out of here.
Fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck you. Yeah,
Look, we're the only ones in here. That's why I think they're probably trying to wait for us to, so they can come in here and arrest us for being in here. No one told us to leave.
Yeah, nobody
You would
told
think
us
they
to
would be like, hey, the building's closed.
Nobody told us to leave.
Stop recording me. You don't have my f***ing permission to record me.
I'm in violation of.
You asshole.
They think that Regan's just like that all the time. Like, see how she is right now, nice, smiling. When we're just chilling, like we're out like at lunch or something, she's not like just yelling at the waitress, these pancakes are cold. Throwing them.
By the way, my pancakes were cold. The other day when we went to lunch, I waited patiently for 35 minutes for some warm pancakes. How's that for patience?
Yeah, and she didn't yell or throw the fork at her. Stuff like that, guys.
I'm a very reasonable person. People get what it's the cops. They get what they ask for. It's government. They get what they ask for. I don't have to engage with people in private business or private transaction. I can just go, whatever, and walk away. Government, I cannot. I have to do by force. So, if I don't like what you're doing, you're gonna hear it. It's that simple.
I mean, what were they gonna do? Just let us like hang out in there all night, sleep
Well,
there?
I thought what we were doing was against the administrative order.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna tell us it's not.
That's kind of bizarre. They would just turn all the lights off and then no one would think to tell us, hey guys, time to go, we're closed. You know what I mean? They're so scared of us. I think maybe they are just blocking.
They're gonna lock us in for night at the museum.
Yeah, night at the museum. They know they're gonna come out here. We're gonna say, hey, we're recording. What are you guys gonna do?
Yep.
And they don't want to be put on blast and embarrassed in front of our audience.
Yep.
And looks foolish. So they boned out of here.
Anytime you go somewhere new and you're requesting records, you first request their policies on obtaining public information.
I'm going to file a complaint against Deborah Swenson, like you told me to.
Right.
That way I can get, then after that I can do a public records request for the investigation file. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. It's my theory, and I think I'm probably correct, that they didn't know who DMA was at the time Deborah Swenson took pictures and video, so they did an investigation off of her phone, created either a report or this is a known person report, something to let everybody know who you were, because it was after that the cops would come out to the photo radar and start calling you by name. So they did their own investigation on you. They're on cue to collect just shy of $500,000 by the end of this year, just on those photo radar tickets. So that's $42,000 a month that they're collecting.
That to me is the laziest type of police work.
And you're fucking it up, and they don't like it.
Yep.
I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times, cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times, cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine.